on YouTube? It's me, Mr. What If again. And I did not expect to have so many views on my last What If Deku was a Nomu. Like, I have 138. Last time I checked, it was 70 something. And I am astounded. So I want to say thank you to everybody that watched the video and to people that requested a part two of it. It made me feel really happy that I actually, did something good that I thought I was self-conscious about, and I really appreciate that a lot. So let's start. Last time we left off, Deku was for treating the UA Sports Festival. But Uraraka and the rest of the girls from 1A. So let's continue. As Deku enters the sports festival, he is seen with the rest of 1A saying, "Guys, this is Izuku." And Izuku, this is the rest of the class, as he sees Kirishima, the Sugar Rush. Huh? Sorry about that, back again. My sister. So, Deku Uraka, basically says, hello everybody, this is Izuku. And everybody like, oh, hey man, what's up? Then Kirishima and Bakugo comes out of nowhere saying, hey guys, you ready? Everybody say, yeah. Then Kirishima like, oh, who's this guy? And they're like, oh, this is Zuko, Ochaka's boyfriend. Then Bakugo like, boyfriend? And they both make eye contact. He's like, Deku? And he's like, Kachan? And they're like, wait, you two know each other? Yeah, I took the entrance exam. Entrance exam, are you sure? I didn't see you there. Yeah, I was kind of hiding my face. And I was there. Bakugo saved her from the 0.0, right? Yeah. Then they're like, hmm, we're both from the same middle school, as Bakugo says. Then as they hear the announcement from Mike Guy, I said, Mike Guy? The Mike dude. He's saying, all right, everybody get to your positions and we're getting ready to start. As Izuku's like, oh, that's my cue to go. All right, I'll be watching you. Then they both hug each other and then kiss. Then he walks off. And as Bakugo about to walk towards Kirishima said, come on, man, talk about that later. Everything goes sort of canon for, I'm going to say some dude took Izuku's spot. Don't care what his name is. So everything goes to canon, yada yada yada. Bakugo goes first. Bakugo wins first place because Izuku isn't there. So Todoroki second. So seeing this, he's recording all of 1A, 1B, 1C, all their quirks, and he's getting all of this on tape. So we'll come up to the tournament, you know. Then as Oraka is about to go out there and fight Bakugo, and Izuku's like, kick his ass. Then she looks at him like, of course I will. Bakugo doesn't even use his full power till she punches him square in the nose. And he does. And she flies out the ring. And Izuku is kind of getting mad at Bakugo, like he's about to punch him dead in his stomach. And she goes to the nurse, and Izuku like, you did really good out there. Like, oh, stop. That was terrible. No, you punched him in the nose and broke it. I did. Mm-hmm. And everything else happened. Shoto doesn't use his fire side, of course. So Izuku's like, oh, I have to go early. What for? My foster father, needs help with his business and everything. He's like, oh, well, call me. I will, of course. As he leaves, to, gets a hard drive out of his jacket, then puts it in the camera, then take it out, throws the camera away, destroying the evidence. As he walks back into an alleyway, Kirikiri comes out of nowhere saying, "So you got it?" Of course. As he walks through and goes through the portal. So, you got it, kid? I don't like repeating myself, Shigaraki. Well, all you have to do is say yes. Yes, I do. So as they see all the people, of course, and stuff, then they, then Kurigiri gets a message from Stain saying, "I got some heroes worth killing. Tell the kid to come on." Sorry to drink something. As he says, my father friend called me. So back to it. He meets up with Stain on top of a roof, and so you know how Ida brother, you know, paralyzed. Izuku basically meets up with him, like through the alleyway where he just got done, finish off his brother. He says, "Ah, Stain." He says, "Kid, you gotten taller." As they both say, the little dab up, little handshake. No, I say he'll be able to have. I say 20, hold up 20 people quirks. So he got Stain's ability. So he's like, yeah. So Ingenium, you know your heroes. Yeah, this is another fake one. Said the same line as all the others. Turn you in for money. Mm-hmm. As Izuku will look at him, turning Ingenium over. You don't care about showing your face? Let he'll know anybody. I know his little brother. His little brother. Yeah. This girl that I'm talking to goes to the same school as him. He's the class rep. As Izuku is wearing a blindfold. I'm making him be. So he's wearing the blindfold. He steps on Ingenium's chest, taking off his helmet. But he got gloves on, so hide, DNA. And he lifts his blindfold just like Gojo did to the volcano dude, and looks into his eyes. His eyes are red when he activates his quirk, and he says, "Do you feel fear?" Then he just stares dead into his eyes as Ingenium will scream out in pain, showing all the fears that he has inside his entire body. Then somebody will come out of nowhere. "Help! Somebody call the police!" They won't turn around knowing they had to hide their face. So they'll disappear like shadows on top of the roof. Later that night, they're saying, "I have another hero worth killing." As he hands them a piece of paper. Sorry, I'm making so much noise with my mic. As he hands them a piece of paper saying, "Native? Really? He's the most lamest hero out of all of them." He says, "Yes. That's why he needs to be exterminated. Only those worthy of being at the top will be at the top." Alright then. As they go to Hosu, it takes them it takes them a day to get there. Because they have to actually run instead of take the subways. But as he's like, I have a motorcycle, right? Kid, I'm not trusting you to drive nothing. He said, "Alright, Suzu." So he runs and grabs his motorcycle and just drives there. So of course, Stan will still beat him because Stan is faster. But he did, as Izuku would get his suitcase on his way there, and says, "Alright, let's get into it." Is hold on. Alright, I just had to look for something like this. Is Deku put on his outfit, but he has a mask. He has his blindfold on and his mask. So just imagine that. He's like he's at the same height as Stain, basically. Where is he? I don't know how tall Stain is, but he's still 6'2". Like, imagine 6'2". As they're both looking for Native, they see him on the street. And Izuku, who has the quirk that can teleport? He uses Kirigiri's teleportation quirk, grabs him, throws him through, and they're in the alleyway. And he's like, "What the?" Who the hell are you? As he sees Stain and Izuku on top of a roof with his legs dangling off the little edge. As Izuku hops off, goes through a portal and jumps behind Native. He says, we're just some killers killing off trash. As Stan will be like, seriously? That's the best one you had? What? I had to say something cool. As he scratches behind his head while laughing. Kid, you're crazy. You did train me. As Izuku will take out his... What should he use? As he takes out his little small katana on his back. And he's like, so, is it me or you? He says, you do the honors. Thank you, sir. As he runs towards Native, cutting Native cheek with some blood on it. Then his dick was like, you're no fun. As he keeps stacking them, slashing and dashing while Native dodges yet still gets cut. He's like, ah. Then Deku will punch him in the face. Yeah. Then out of nowhere he'll grab his face and use explosion. Bakugo's quirk. Then he'll punch him in the stomach using hardening. Then he'll levitate him by touching his face. Then he says, time to come down now, as he crashes down. And I should also say that Deku is able to control. So if you've seen Unordinary, and you know how John can, change people's, he can't change it, but he used them more powerful than the person could actually do it. Alright. So he's basically that. He's using Uraraku's quirk to like crush his bones. Then he uses Kirishima's quirk to crack his ribs. Then Stain is like, you're really enjoying this, aren't you? Of course I am. As Native, while he got his back turned to Native, he'll try to punch Izuku in the back of the head, but he'll make a portal punching himself in the face. He says, ah. They said, alright, that's enough. Then he licks the blade. Then he'll pull his mask down and licks the blade as he'll become paralyzed against the wall, looking like he's on the brink of death already. Then out of nowhere, he'll hear somebody say, Recebro! Kick! But, Midoriya was fast enough to actually catch it with one hand. He's like, oh, well, isn't it Tenya Ida? Aren't you the school classroom president? He says, how on earth? As he socked him dead in his chin. He says, dislocating his jaw. As he'll kick him in the jaw again, putting it back in place. Like, golly. He put it back in place like, he said, I'm gonna try chalking if I was you. You're gonna need some stitches, and trust me, it's not gonna be pretty. As he cut through his hand, then Sam was like, alright, that's enough. Let me get in some fun. I am personally his, for what I did to his brother. You mean for what we did to his brother? You just came in and looked in his eyes. You're right. As he doesn't take the katana out of his hand, he got like through his hand into the concrete where he can barely get it out. As he just sit on a dumpster saying, so, you're Ingenium's little brother. You'll pay for what you did to my brother. As you know, nobody would come help Ida. Because, Izuku was there looking for him. But, that random guy that takes Midoriya's place, he comes out of nowhere and throws a trash can at Stain. It doesn't hurt him, of course. It just shocks them. I'm like, what the hell? He had a little top one where he like throw it as a frisbee and hit him in the face. He's like, what the hell was that? He looked down at Outlet. He said, get away from Ida. And pretty sure you know what happens. They're both dead. Yeah, they're both dead. As Izuku will use a little chain blade thing to wrap it around the guy's neck and he'll pull it hard as fuck, cutting his head clean off. As it falls to the ground, rolling to Izuku. It'll, his brain was like too slow to comprehend of what just happened, so he's kind of like blinking and looking around still. That's how brutal it was. As he was like, oh, no, 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 don't try to talk. As he takes off his mask and rests his blindfold, like, remember me? Then he turns to Ida. Hello there, classroom president. You're Uchako's. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Then, as he's about to stab Ida through the head, he gets a fire piercing through his back, but through his shoulder. You know how Endeavor threw the little fire spear? That basically went through Izuku's shoulder, letting him fly through him. But he was fast enough to put his mask and platform back off. He did a front flip, landed on his feet, and said, "Ah, oh, look who it is. Denji Todoroki. Endeavor, or I should say." He said, now, as he sees the random guy's head on the ground, he says, "How dare you kill a student?" As he runs towards him, and as Izuku runs towards Endeavor at the same time, he does little combustion burst as he holds Izuku's shoulders. He said, "Now burn." Then he'll start to set him on fire, but he's resistant to fire. He said, "Was that supposed to hurt me?" Then he hits him in the chin. Then two-piece right hook in the ribs, cracks his ribs. Uses hardening, cracks his left ribs. Then he uses explosions. Then acid on his shoulder. I'm like, ah. Then he uses ice, Todoroki's ice. He says, "I was never good with fire. You can ask Todoroki himself." He's, "How on earth?" So he pierces him in the leg with, the ice. And Stain was like, "That's enough." Huh? But he's the most hypocrite of them all. He even abuses his own kid and his wife, who I should say is in a mental hospital. And Echi's like, how do you know all that?" "Oh, we have our ways. Not besides your son." Or should I say which one? But I'm not gonna tell you. She says, "Please tell me." Oh, a hero begging? What a disgrace. And he's like, "Let's go." Yeah, yeah, yeah. As the Nomus will come out of nowhere, and Deku will actually have a connection with the Nomus as they're jumping through the roof. He hears like somebody saying, "Help me," but he hears it in his head as he's like, "What the? Help me." The Nomus are people that like was forced into doing this. So they're like, "Help me," as he runs the opposite direction from Stain. And Stain like, "Hey kid, where are you going? Go off. I'm gonna meet up with you later." As he's like, "Help me." The big old Nomu that Endeavor blew his brain off of blue flames. He's like, "So you're just like me. Help me." As he's not really talking, he's just like saying it in his head. "I can't do nothing for you. Help me." As he'll use decay to ease his pain. And he's like, You're in a better enough place now." And he says, "Thank you." Then disappears. Oh, hold on. As Shigaraki will be watching this, he's like, "What the hell?" Oh. Yep, my dog here still, so I'm recording this while she's here. Just ignore that. As he's like, as he meets up with Stain, Stain not being caught, he runs into Gran Torino and all the other heroes. Oh, Native is also dead. Yep. They're all decapitated except for Ida. Well, their heads like rolling all over the place, and they're like, "How could this? How could this even happen?" You know, Stan goes into hiding for a little bit. Then the news will be like, yada yada yada. A UA student that has died by the hands of Stain and his sidekick. You know, Izuku really don't have a name, so because he just like pop up villain, pop away villain, basically. That's still, ooh, yeah, he's just like a pop up villain, pop away villain, pop up villain, pop away villain. Like he honestly don't have a name. That's it. I'm sorry about that. I'm back. So as Deku meets up with Shigaraki, Kirigiri, and Stain, saying, "Oh, okay, I know." As he meets up with Kirigiri, Stain, he says, "Okay, hold on. All right, I was gonna put her to sleep." As he'll meet up with Shigaraki, Shigaraki will say, "What the hell is wrong with you?" Deku like, "What? You killed one of our Nomus. So what about it? We can always make others." And Shigaraki like, "Those are really hard to make. Just watch yourself next time." And he'll say, "Okay, whatever." And I'll be leaving this off here. Sorry I had to do a little cut here and there, but hope you all enjoy. I'll be back with you next time.